welcome to Devonian Vapor Tarot. This is my very first video, so I thought it would be fun to go over the major arcana of the tarot deck that I illustrated called Alien Planet Tarot. I have just some little notes in my very stemmy journal. I'm going to reference, and I have the original drawings and the deck right here. I got the holographic version because I'm a sucker for some holographic cards. But yeah, so let's jump right in. So for the Fool, some keywords are beginnings, obviously. It's the 0 card. So it's like before the journey even begins. It's an inexperienced soul, joy, fearlessness, throw caution to the wind, naivety, powerful because of the ignorance, right? So like if we think about before we incarnate, we have all of these ideas, and I think that we're pretty fearless to incarnate, right? To come into form on any planet, especially Earth. So anyways, because it is alien, the theme of the deck is alien, I just kind of wanted to illustrate like an alien being, probably Arcturian, right? Because of the blue skin, or maybe Syrian, right? Mermaid, kind of. But it's like a womb. There is a level of inexperience, but because of that, there is a fearlessness. And so, yeah, I just wanted to capture that with the womb because of how powerful that aspect of creation is. I know it's very different than regular Fool cards. That is like of a man like peering out, gazing upon a journey yet to be had. But even the Fool card being 0, I think that the womb is a better representation of that, because it's kind of more of an inward journey. The contemplation and the fearlessness that begins inside rather than outwardly. Okay, so number 2 is the Magician. Here's the original drawing. These were mixed media, so I did pen, pastels, watercolors, acrylic sometimes, colored pencil, just whatever. I was given advice from an artist friend that said, like, throw caution to the wind, I guess like the Fool, and don't be afraid to mix mediums. Like, rules are for dummies, basically. And I guess that kind of encapsulates what the Magician kind of stands for, right? It's like harnessing the elements, tapping into your power, right? What I wanted to capture in this card was the macro and the micro are all within us, and we are mirrors of both things, and we can learn about ourselves by learning about both things. We're reflections of those things. So the Magician represents all 4 suits, or because it's the number 1 card. It encapsulates the energy of all 4 aces. Can create anything out of nothing, so it's the alchemist. Willpower, taking action, conscious action. If we're thinking about the Fool being the womb and the Magician being like the alchemist, I feel like this is kind of capturing the first breath, right? The birth of something, harnessing the 4 elements, accessing life and our own divinity, and grounding, right? Grounding in the elements. So yeah, I just love this card so much. I think it's so fun. The center of the atom, and yeah. Let's see. What else can I say about it? Yeah, there are galaxies within us. I just like to think about how there's billions of cells within us, um, and that are all working in pure devotion to our spirit. And our spirit works in pure devotion to ourselves, keeping us alive, right? So we are our own little micro like universes, right? And our known universe is kind of like this cell within something larger. And, you know, that cluster could be a cell in something larger, right? So that's kind of what I like to ponder within the magician is I know that it does represent action. Um, but for me, maybe it's because maybe it's because of all my Gemini placements. A lot of action has to do with thought. so, so I think that that came out within the illustration. Is it's a very thoughtful, kind of contemplative card, which I enjoy. But yeah, okay. So 3 is the High Priestess. Oh, okay. So hold on. So it's asking, what do your instincts tell you? Secret, paths, decisions. It encapsulates the twos of each suit. Calm inner guidance, intuition, and knowledge. And it represents awareness. Okay, so this card, I think this was the last major arcana card I did. And it was inspired by this. I've had this since I was a child, and sorry, I could probably just stare at this forever. This was like my favoriteest thing in the whole entire universe. I would just sit polishing it, listening to the same song over and over again because I was stimming and I didn't realize it, but I would just sit and like polish it and then like turn it and polish it and turn it and polish it, and there's like infinite rainbows in it. It's so much fun. And so I don't know, there's something about this. So I'll just show you the illustration. But anyway, here she is. She's so cute. I don't know, I just love her. I love the rainbows and her yeah. Secret paths, right? Because like everywhere you turn this, there's new prisms, new rainbows, new pathways, new secrets to uncover. Like literally there's like 500 rainbows just at this angle. But anyways, she is crystalline and it is clear. So clarity. Clarity is, I think, what the High Priestess represents. Tapping into your own instincts, seeing things from your own points of view, going inward to your own, you know, multidimensionality. Okay. Empress, everything. Oh. I should have got a sticker or something. Everything new is fragile. Nurture and care, time, patience, attention, love of a mother, creator, womb, growth, and abundance is a keyword. So let's see if I can. Boop. She's so cute. Mother Earth. And then here is the card version with the typeface and the font. So, High Priestess. I feel like the alien, you know, I don't necessarily like believe conspiracy theories of like the seeding of this planet or anything like that, but it is fun to think about. I'm a skeptic, so I don't really believe in anything at all. As far as like the idea of like star seeds, I think all of our souls come from other places. I don't think that only specific ones do. So even in that way, just the fact that there's life on this planet, like we are aliens. So like this could be us. You know, it doesn't have to be extraterrestrial. It could be terrestrial aliens, you know, because we are aliens for other planetary beings somewhere else. Anyway, I just like this alien looks very happy and proud, and Mother Earth just looks so cute and fierce, like strong, and they're like, "Are we doing this thing?" And they're like, "Fuck it, oops." They're like, "We're doing the damn thing," you know. Because I'm not even just thinking about humans, but I'm thinking about like whales and like crows and beetles, you know, like the vastness of the life on Earth makes me so emotional. It's just like so incredibly beautiful. Like, what an honor and a privilege to get to exist on this planet. So yeah, we literally do live on the Empress. Like, Earth is a bad bitch. So I kind of wanted to, like, in my mind, like, obviously Earth is the Empress, you know, and she is our mother. So I wanted to illustrate her as our mother. And yeah, everything new is far. Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Earth is a new planet, and humans are a new species, and so we are pretty fragile, but we're learning, and I'm proud of us. And I think the Empress represents that, right? We are so abundant. We are so abundant on this planet, and I think we're learning how to appreciate that. That's why I really look at at everything through a lens of gratitude, because like we have so much to be grateful for. We are so abundant, and we're so well taken care of by our mother, you know. So abundance, yeah. I think that that card. I think that that card illustrates that. To be honest, our mother, our mother has given us everything that we need. Okay, the Emperor. The Emperor. I like this typeface and font. Here's the original drawing. Gives key. Strong will and solid foundation. Father protection, support, provider, authority. An important masculine and stability. Authority, right? So when I was illustrating this card, I really just wanted it to be like kind of like a council, like everyone coming together and just like sending energy and protection, and kind of like watching. And you know, like there's those stories of UFOs like stopping bombs from going off. I don't know why they don't do it all the time. I guess we have our own lessons to learn or whatever, but anyway, provider, yeah. Read this book called We the Octurians, and I read it a long time ago, so I can't really remember, and I can't say if I mirror the views in it now. But it really did. I remember writing down, I feel my heart healing, because it felt so nice to have my mirrored from some place outside of the drama of Earth, outside of just like the brainwashing kind of, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's what this card represents for me. Is it's like there is this outside force, and it, you know, aliens or ultra dimensionals, they don't, nothing like feels like God to me necessarily, but it does feel nice that there's like something rooting for us, maybe, you know. Yeah, so I think that's what the emperor represents. You know, if the earth is our mother and our provider and everything like that, then there's like this feels like a very masculine presence that kind of is a caretaker. Um, maybe gives us different keys of knowledge, right? Like the story of the Garden of Eden knowledge, stuff like that. Um, yeah. Okay. So the next is the Hierophant, and this card I really wanted to alchemize because religious trauma, obviously. So I wanted to pull from my ancestry, which is, well, English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, um, and then also the future. Um, so yeah, Stonehenge. There you go. The coding in the back is lyrics from the Bjork song "All Is Full of Love," um, which is the truth. All is full of love, and ultimately, I do think that that is like the greatest wisdom and knowledge. So, okay, the Hierophant. Either give up what you fear to lose so it no longer has power over you, or think of what you still have after you've lost it. Yeah. Yeah. Literally. Literally the song. Twist your head around. Twist your head around. It is all around you. All is full of love. That's hella funny. Okay. Anyway, teacher, advisor, answer, education, wise counsel. Yeah. And then let's see. Yeah, education. Okay. Right, education. So I think that's why I had the coding back there too, right? Like this feels like, I don't know, there's something very magical about Stonehenge, right? Especially because it lines up with the stars and is probably a timekeeper and yeah. I don't know. This card feels very educational because it connects the past and the future. So yeah, I do love this card. I feel like I was able to alchemize it. I like how this one is kind of glitchy. I was able to do that through editing, right? Because like I said, connecting the past, present, and future, which is time isn't linear, so it's all happening now, anyways. Oh, whew, man, that was whew, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like I feel like this card represents the age of Aquarius. I'm probably not right on that, like technically, but in my head, it's like we're coming into the age of information, which this card represents education, right? And like people might think of the Hierophant as very stingent, like because it's called the High Priest, right? So maybe people would think of it as the past, very religious or stingent, or like things have to be done this way. But I feel like in my deck, it's been alchemized into something very progressive. I think it's very Aquarian. I think it's which is exciting. So yeah, I fucking love this card. That was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. I love the age that we're in. I'm so grateful to be alive now. I mean, again, what is time? But yeah, in the age of information and seeing humans come together in this way, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us. Okay, the lovers. Oh, I love this card. Okay, so keyword for the lovers. Um, oops. well, I guess love, but okay. Divine counterpart, which I really love in the order how it's education and then the lovers, right? Because it could have been, you know, the emperor, then the lovers, and then education. It could have really been any order, but I really like how it was knowledge and then love. I don't know. I think that's romantic, but okay, the lovers. Divine counterpart, choosing the heart, coming at a crossroads, choices, um, duty versus desires, and solutions. Okay, so um, solutions. I really like that. Anyway, here is the original drawing. This has to do, the idea has to do with like the mycelium and how everything in the forest is connected by this like giant brain network of mushroom mycelium, and all of the trees are able to communicate. Oh, it seems like telepathically, but it's like this underground, you know, basically brain. So so I like this because it kind of represents like this telepathic communication that happens between lovers or really anyone. It represents minds coming together to problem solve. It represents kind of like a compromise, finding solutions, right? I remember learning that like trees will send out signals of like, hey, I need fucking sunlight and or something, or I need this nutrients over here, and other plants will make way for that to happen. They will send the nutrients over or like move out of the way so that plant can get sunlight, or you know what I mean. So I think it has to do with collaboration. Ultimately, this card has to do with collaboration. So yeah, I love this card. I was so stoked on this idea when I did it. I was like, fuck yeah, bitch. I was stoked on this. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So the Chariot, victory. Focus on victory. Take command. Run down enemies. Ooh, war. Struggle, obstacle, hard-won battle, willpower, conquering inner demons, effort, the energy of sevens, manage responsibilities, and find solutions. So, you know, similar to the lovers, but less communal and more internal, almost like anti-communal in some ways. You know, in life there are conflicts, obviously. That's part of it, and inner conflicts too. So, whereas the last one was like a meeting of the minds, this is like a meeting of the heart and the mind. So it's like coming into alignment with, yeah, with your own, and the third eye, right? Divine knowledge too, divine knowledge, grounded knowledge, and the yellow too. So solar plexus, right? So all of our major power centers are represented here of what it would take to kind of make a wise decision. And I think in conflict, a lot of it does have to do with decisions, whether it's in conflict with yourself or conflict with others. A lot of it has to do with, well, how do we move forward? So, yeah, the Chariot. That's a gnarly card. But I think a lot it has to do with focusing inward, which leads to our next card, which is Strength. And I really loved, just like before I made my own tarot deck, Strength and Hermit were my two favorite cards. So here is the Strength card. And the illustration. Man. Okay. A keyword for Strength is patience, which is accurate. Inner passions need to be kept in rein. Control and inner strength. Think of the test in Dune, right? Where he puts his hand in. Taming of the beast. Patience, compassion, 8s. Limitations. Help us create something higher. Transcendence. Okay, so those are all great. Those are all definitely great. Compassion, yeah. So I think that this for me had to do with self-compassion. And obviously, it's a journey inward. I think that a lot of strength comes from facing yourself. And, there's a part of the patriarchy that's so harmful. It's like, don't cry, be a man, right? Like this fear of femininity. So I just definitely wanted it to be very feminine. I wanted a lot of water. I wanted the tears. I think it takes a lot of strength to be that vulnerable with yourself. Crying is so powerful, so powerful. It's so healing for us to do if you want to, like some people don't need to cry and that's hella rad. But if you do want to, like, that's cool too, I have a connection to these grid lines. I see them a lot of times. So yeah, so I don't know why they felt appropriate on these two cards, because it's like seeing through the matrix or past something, seeing past illusions, being in an in-between phase, almost like a disassociative state. I think strength, it takes a lot of strength to come out of that. It takes a lot of strength to exist there. Yeah, the journey. Well, the hero's journey. The journey of the alchemist to find the sorcerer's stone. That is a journey. The journey inward, and it takes strength. So that's what that card is for me. Yeah. Okay. The Hermit. It's a similar card. Hermit introspection. So I fucking love dewdrops. So I could stare at dewdrops forever. I love drawing crystals on third eyes. I think that's fun. The pink aura it's a very loving aura. It represents unconditional love. I think when you have a lot of that in your aura, it's very young. So I think a lot of times when you're being called to go into a hermit mode, or you're being called to recluse, it's because you're being called to show yourself love and compassion and grace and unconditional love. Especially in this society and in capitalism that like prioritizes action. When you're called to go into these, which I'm in one right now, when you're called to go into these moments, it really is. It is an act of unconditional love for yourself, and the water drop. It is like water bending, which is emotions, right? Emotionality, um, which is kind of our guide mapped into our desires and everything. But it also looks like a crystal ball, which kind of represents scrying. It's a very magical card. I feel like the Hermit is. Um, it feels like the Magician to me. The Hermit feels like the Magician to me, but like the shadow side. So let's get to this. Return to self. Look at self with lantern and shine light on all you have done. Introspection. What have I accomplished? What is yet to be accomplished? We are our own best teachers in solitude. So, yeah, even the crystals here, it's acknowledging growth. We just need times of rest. We just really need it. So, yeah. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. Oh, this is so fun. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, luck, change, karma, movement, destiny, alignment. So, the Wheel of Fortune is this girl getting abducted and then a I know words. Crop circle. A crop circle is being left. Completeness. Tense. Rise and fall of fortunes. Yeah, okay. So that's what I remember reading when I was researching this card. Is it's like a rise and a fall, and karma, right, can be good or bad. This card isn't necessarily good or bad. So that's kind of why I wanted a abduction, because outwardly, like, yes, maybe that's very scary, but it's a life-changing event. And it can be very scary, but it also can be very exciting, and it's something that changes your view forever. It's something that is transformative. It's something that can connect you with your destiny. So really, it's an event that happens that's neutral, and then you get to choose, kind of, through your perspective and understanding of what you make of that. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people have had these experiences and have been brought into more alignment with their destiny, because it opens up a realm of thought that they wouldn't have been opened up to otherwise, or it connects them with a part of themselves that they wouldn't have understood before, or connects them to a past life experience, or or community, or I just think it's really exciting, right? Like, yeah. And it's lucky. Like, not everyone can say that they've been abducted by aliens. So it creates a lot of change. It creates a lot of movement within your life. It's a very chaotic event. So it's terrifying. And I think that the Wheel of Fortune is that. I think that it's a lot of movement and a lot of maybe chaos, and it can be scary and terrifying, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's neutral. So yeah. Justice. Decisions, yeah. Balance, carrying weight of decisions, past reconciliation, future projection, reason, fairness, giving and receiving, and then justice, yeah. Okay, so here's the original drawing. The Libra constellation is on it. Here's the card. Okay, so I just wanted to put the constellation. I think the blindfold is important, because I think that real justice does not come from perspective or like from what we can see, right? Because everyone has their own ideas of what's right, and everyone has their own ideas of what is just, and that doesn't really mean that it is just. So I think that true justice comes from something higher than what we can see. I think it comes from something deeper. I think it comes from something deeper than beliefs. I think it comes from something deeper than the drama of the world. You know, yeah. You know, an example would be like the difference between equality and equity. It's not about how it looks, it's about how it is. So I think that's why the blindfold is there. Yeah. Other than that, I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory. The Justice card, you know. Okay. Hanged Man, Sacrifice. Here's the card. And the drawing. He's so cute. This alien, his face. He is vibing. He is vibing. Okay. Perspective change between spiritual and material worlds. Release, letting go, suspended action, surrender, trust, patience, intentional inaction, waiting, self-sacrifice, rest, going inwards, and opposites. Okay. Yeah. So I chose him to be meditating on Neptune because Neptune deals with a lot of those things. Neptune kind of deals with the dream state. I feel like we can get a lot of answers from that realm. Yeah, the in-between worlds. I really love that because sometimes no action is an action. Someone said that. It was probably a tarot reader on YouTube. But yeah, I really love that concept. So I don't know. The rainbow colors I think lend to the feeling of hopefulness, because sometimes when we're in that state, it's almost like sometimes it can maybe feel like a freeze state, or we get into the place of the hangman because we're in a freeze state. But I think that the colors and the swirliness lends to the feeling of hopefulness. So if we pull this card and we're like, oh, okay, no, it's okay. This is a choice I'm making, and it's the right choice, right? It lends to hopefulness, and I think that if we paused, you know, it's very anti-capitalistic, and I feel like that's what we need more of. I think we need more hanged man moments. Yeah, okay, so the death card, transitions. Okay, so I just love the elongated skulls that we have found here on Earth. And the blue mushrooms growing from the third eye. Am I dead? Is the question it poses. Yes, now you are transformed. Endings, sweeping change. Where am I being reborn? What parts do I take with me? Understanding who will I become? Wonder and terror. Understanding of opposites, wholeness, yin yang, and skepticism. Yeah. Okay. What parts do I take with me? Who will I become? Wonder and terror. I feel like the explosion of the white and the colors kind of capture that. Light is ultimately like the source of life, but it's the source of illusions. So I really like this. What parts do I want to take with me? Because ultimately we can decide, we can take and shift as we please, ultimately, right? We're constantly being reborn every moment. And literally every moment we're dying and being reborn. Our cells are dying and being reborn. We're interacting. Like, I heard an owl out there. So it's like that interaction shifted my thought processes, and I'm different now than before that interaction happened. We're thinking, I mean, I am all the time, and those things are shifting who we are all the time. We're constantly changing, we're constantly dying and being reborn. So what do I want to take with me? It's a transformation. And we're in this state all the time. So, because we are alive and we're in the light. Okay, let's see. Temperance. So, balance is a word for temperance. Learn how to merge opposites: moderation, balance, harmony, health, self-control, spiritual self. So, in order for there to be balance, I felt like there should be two, so that's why there's two sides of the self. And one is kind of more inward looking, eyes closed, and then one is looking up and kind of more outward gazing. So I felt like that kind of represented balance. I feel like we all have multiple parts within us. The green is for the heart, energy center. It's for growth. We're always growing, and there's a balance to that, So I don't know. I feel like this card's kind of self-explanatory. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's self-explanatory. Okay. The devil. Okay. Here is the devil. Okay. So, in this card, there is the higher self, and then the shadow aspect, which I would consider to be kind of like the devil aspect. So, test, lessons, enslavement to desires, bondage, choosing ignorance or harm, self-protection, feeling hopeless, obsession, half-god, turning a blind eye, survival, clarity after gaining new knowledge of old ways. Okay. So do you see how one eye is closed? and it's the eye where the shadow is wrapping around. The devil comes out when we don't look at it. When we try to... So the concept of the shadow is parts of ourselves that we feel ashamed of. So it doesn't even have to be bad aspects, right? Like what is good and bad. You know, emotion, like let's say emotions. Emotions are neutral. Anger is neutral. Fear is neutral. Happiness is neutral. But all of those things, if we're shamed for them, or if we feel shame is neutral. But all of those things, if we put them into our shadow, they can kind of grow there and become, because there isn't consciousness connected to them, they can become things that we are unaware of. We turn a blind eye to these sides of ourselves because we don't want to look at it, right? So even ways in which our happiness can manifest, even though that's a good emotion. So the devil doesn't have to be something that's good or bad. It's just stuff that we don't necessarily want to look at. And that's kind of what I wanted to capture here. And the reason that I put the pentagram there is because, on the devil, is because a lot of times the things, those things are things that we have put there to protect us. So a lot of our coping mechanisms or whatever are things that are self-preservation. And so they're not things that we should get rid of, right? They're a part of us. What we can do is learn how to incorporate it and learn how to love it and look at it. We can't like take it out of us. It's a part of us, but we can love it. You know, we can hold it. That's why the higher self is there to watch as we integrate. So yeah, that's my take on the devil. There isn't just this like outward materialistic thing that's like tempting us to do bad, you know. There isn't like this, like, in my opinion, there isn't like this thing that's like bound to us that is making us feel hopeless. It's like, although capitalism does do that. So maybe capitalism, you know, but capitalism is connected to Christianity. So anyway, that's a whole other thing. But anyway, so what was I talking about? Hopelessness. Yeah. There is hopelessness, but there is also this part. Hopelessness isn't the only thing. You know, there's this too. Which often comes from viewing things from a lens of gratitude because we understand our abundance. Because of the Empress energy. So I would say that this is our Empress energy. You know, that exists also along with the hopelessness. Okay. Let's see, the Tower. I just felt like, okay, the Tower, Rude Awakening. Yeah, okay. I just felt like Atlantis was the perfect Tower moment. Talk about the crumbling of something, right? Literally crumbled into the sea. So yeah, that's fucking Atlantis. Atlantis, it was like the ultimate tower moment. I don't even think I need to explain it more than that. I saw this image of the, like, maybe it's infrared, I don't even know. This type of image that captured like energy coming up from the top of a pyramid, and it looked like this. So I was just like, hell yeah, dude, that's rad as hell. So that's that card. But yeah, this was like before it happened. You know, the tower. They're just like vibing. They're all like, yeah, everything's chill. We're just like this cool advanced civilization. What does the tower say? What did I? Yeah. Okay. Within the tower is arrogance and ego. The idea of being better than others, sudden change, revelation, emptiness, falling. Right? So they're just kind of like, yeah, we're great. The, you know, arrogance. This is capturing the arrogance of the tower. It's a rude awakening that happens. So, yeah, that's my take on it. The star is hope. This was the first card I did. And here's the original drawing. It was inspired by my friend. Okay, the star. Have hope, look up, be inspired, calm after the storm. So after the tower, you know, after Atlantis sinks, look, we fucking survived that shit. The future still remains. Yeah, because time isn't linear. So literally the future's still there. I don't know. I did the eyes to be um suns, because that's what stars actually look like, you know. Um the eye reflecting, you know, a rainbow prism. I feel like that's hopefulness. Um, fractured light. Yeah, yeah. I feel like it has to do with hope. It feels like hope. This card feels like the. It's like Rainbow Road, right? it feels hopeful to me. This card. I think I captured that for sure. Um, the moon, emotions, uncontrolled mind, madness, the loss of self and despair, or surrender and flow with the waves, imagination, confusion, fear and visions, illusions and truth. It can represent, yeah, illusions or truth, imagination or confusion, surrender or despair. This is like opposites, right? And I feel like that really represents the moon because of the phases. Yeah. I did this card inspired by a friend too. I love this card. Yeah, the moon card is very feminine, so I think that the roses made sense for that. It is very mental, right? Illusions, despair, or surrender. A lot of that happens internally. Mentalism, you know, enlightenment and psychosis. Those are things that are very close or the same, you know. Um, surrender, surrender. That's like the most important um, aspect of my spirituality, I think, surrender. So this card is just really important to me, and I do think that that's a very feminine aspect because, right, the masculine so far in the world has been about unity, trying to force unity through control, and conquering, right? And I feel like a lot of how I've gotten through conflict or just trials in life has just been like, okay, okay. Okay. And then it just, because control is an illusion. Control is an illusion. No one has control of anything. No one knows what the fuck is going on. So I feel like just surrender, right? And I feel like that's what the eyes closed is, right? The moon is going through its phases anyways. Everything is just happening. I like how the roses, there's an eye and a mouth, because I feel like there's so much um that goes on in the subconscious or in the dream realm. There's so much telepathic communication or astral communication that happens. Um, there's so much that happens that's out of our control, or that's out of our awareness, even. So, yeah, the moon being about surrender, about madness. Yeah, I mean, what are we doing? Existence is madness. I feel like, and at the same time, Empress energy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Abundance, yeah. It's madness and abundance. So, okay. And the sun. Life. She's so cute. This card's so cute. I had a lot of fun with the pastels on this card. Okay. Childlike play, excitement, understanding, reborn, enlightened through inner self, assurance, optimistic, first breath, coming up for air, solid ground. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at the flower. It represents all of that. It's like the alien is breathing in the scent. Solid ground, digging the roots in. Growth in all ways. Photosynthesis. Yeah. It's very childlike to gaze upon a flower, to pick a flower, to smell the flowers, to notice flowers at all, you know? I love it. I don't know. I feel like that one's self-explanatory. The sun, it's like sun, sun times three. Okay. Judgment. Keyword is rebirth. Lay your past to rest. I remember I pulled this card one time after I got my deck, and it made me emotional. Like, I cried. Okay, lay your past to rest. Release past selves gently to make room for what you have developed on this journey. Integration, forgiving and letting go, inner calling. I just feel like this represents that very well. Like, this could be you meeting your higher self, right? Like, the alien version of yourself or your higher self, right? And it could be that type of integration. Lay your past to rest. So yeah, it could be your higher self being like, you did it, you're doing okay, I believe in you. Or it could represent, like, you know, when you got abducted or something, and they're like, you're doing okay. Sometimes it feels better if it's outward. Like, sometimes it feels better if it's not your higher self and it's like an actual being, you know? It's like aliens came down to Earth and like, we're like, dude, we come in peace, you know? And we believe in you, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I think that like there's memes and stuff of just like, can the aliens like come and like take over our countries, please? Like, can they come and abduct our world leaders? You know, like, anyways, there's like a hopefulness in it. I don't know. Judgment is so scary, but it was like, no, you did good. You did good. You're doing okay. It's gonna be okay. You're fine. Calm down. It feels gentle. There is something about this card that feels gentle. I think we all kind of need some gentleness. I think we need some gentleness. Integration. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it does feel, I think this card feels gentle. I think he's like, you're okay. Like telepathically, if he could talk, he'd be like, it's okay. I'm hearing like okay, anyway. Okay, last one. Sorry. The world. Boop, 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 boop. I wanted to capture the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, and different eye colors. I think the eyes are like the gateway to the soul. And so I wanted to capture different manifestations of that for humans. And so the world represents the mind and the body, the past and the future, the fool and the mystic. Everything is one. Secrets of the universe. The fool steps off the cliff and soars. The whole world is in his view. He ends where he began, which is true because this card kind of reminds me of the card where there's the Mother Earth and the Earth is the womb, right? Completion, success, accomplishment, feeling fulfilled, integrated with the whole truth, without neglect, feeling alive, mastery, connection with knowledge, understanding, power, wholeness, peace, joy, fearlessness with caution this time, right? Because the Fool, I think that there was no caution. It was just complete fearlessness. Kind of with ignorance. But this time he's learned. They have learned. So there's caution now. There's caution. There's understanding of the seasons, the changing of the seasons. There's understanding of the elements and how to work with them. And there's a new journey to begin. So yeah. That is that. So I didn't show you the back of the deck. I took this through one of my like 90s kaleidoscopes. And my son helped me pick out which one would be best. Let's see. I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to do more videos for each suit. And then I'm going to start doing tarot, pick a card, reading videos which I'm really excited about. They'll have more of a different setup with, like, you know, the regular pick a card, like pick a crystal, you know, which I'm really excited about. Okay, let's see, a card for the collective, for the expansion of Jupiter. Oh, aw, the Magician. That is literally perfect. Expansion. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Okay. Yep. You have everything that you need within you to take advantage of this. Is it like cazimi? Jupiter, the luckiest day of the year. Also, you know, aside from, you know, you have everything that you need within you to manifest your desires, some of us don't even know what those desires are to manifest. Like I feel that way. But if we look inward, you know, if we look at ourselves, if we connect with ourselves at our own mini universes that we incarnated in, right? If we connect to our own individuality, if we stop hiding from ourselves, if we listen to our emotions, if we block people that make us feel afraid to be who we are, if we take little steps towards self-expression and self-embodiment, those small things connect us to who we are. And then that can connect us to what we desire. And then that can connect us to all the resources that we have around us that we couldn't even see before because we didn't even know what we were supposed to be wanting or what we were supposed to be looking for. So if it's been hard to tap into that Jupiter energy of expansion, it might just be because we haven't known in which ways to expand, right? If I try to expand this way, I'm gonna hit a wall. I can't really do it. So I can expand this way though. But that's within us. That's within our little universe, our little world. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll get better at this, I think. Talking on camera. I look forward to getting to share myself with you and to getting to learn of you and to build a collective, to build a community. I'm really excited. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with me.